Hey guys, today I'm going to talk about a topic that's a little bit touchy for most people, but I think it really needs to be addressed. So that's the topic of insecurities. Now, in today's day and world, we have a huge push towards body image and accepting the way that you look and finding the way that you look beautiful and just ignoring all these things that you think of as flaws and just accepting your body the way it is because you're beautiful. Now, that is a great thing. Do not get me wrong. I fully support that idea. However, this rhetoric never supports or never addresses the topic of insecurities and how to deal with insecurities. I had a lot of body image problems growing up. I mean, I did not look like everyone else did, and I thought that was a problem. I thought, oh man, you don't look good. I mean, I saw myself as pretty, but I didn't see myself as gorgeous. I could never see that because I kept comparing myself to everyone else and believing things that I had were worse off than everyone else. So I was very insecure about a lot of things. So when this sort of movement started with the accept your body, you're beautiful, like forget about thinking you have flaws, that's stupid, like just go and love yourself and love your body, you shouldn't do anything else, I really fully accepted that. I wanted to learn how to love myself and to love the person I am. I mean, come on. The one person who's going to stick by me all my life is me, so I might as well get used to her at some point. So I really accepted that, but I realized very quickly that me trying to accept my body with that mentality didn't really get me anywhere, because indirectly, the way that many can take it, the way that I took it was, it's stupid to feel down about parts of your body or to be insecure about parts of your body, because it's your body, you should be beautiful. So a lot of times when I would look in the mirror and I'd be like, oh, there's that thing you're insecure about, man, you don't look that good because of that, I would be like, no, Chinoa, you're being stupid, like, no, you're beautiful no matter what. That's dumb. Why would you ever say that to yourself? And let me tell you, calling yourself stupid to try to help you feel better about yourself and the person that you are and the person that you look to be doesn't really help you find yourself in a better, and look at yourself in a better light. It just kind of hurts you, because now, even if you accept how you physically look, you're downgrading the way that you mentally feel about yourself. You don't feel confident in your own judgment. So that's not necessarily, like, as good as that idea is, it does not talk about those things, and it slightly promotes that indirectly. I mean, I struggled with that, so I never could fully love myself thinking, yeah, you're beautiful no matter what, because when I would feel bad about something about myself or would feel insecure, I'd be like, no, you're supposed to love yourself, it'd be dumb not to. And me calling myself stupid wasn't helping. So what I want to talk to you about is the healthy thing to do, and what I found that actually really helps you accept yourself and learn to love yourself, is to accept your insecurities. I mean, you're human. We're all human. As long as you're going to be human, as long as you're going to be alive, you're going to have insecurities. Think of the most beautiful person in the world. The person that you think is the hottest, most gorgeous, most, like, appealing person in the world. And 100%, I bet they have some insecurities, whether they're insecure, oh, because their eyes are too blue, but you adore their eyes. Like, there is something, just one little thing everyone's insecure about. And it's not enough just to look in the mirror and say, no, you shouldn't be insecure because you're beautiful. What people should be doing, and what I have done, is you accept the fact that you have insecurities. You go and you find what those insecurities are, you find why you have them, and then you learn how to deal with them. I mean, it's really hard. It is really hard to look yourself in the mirror and be like, I don't like this part of my body, why don't I? And let's figure out a way to deal with it. It's so much easier to try to run and hide from those sort of conversations with yourself, but eventually you're gonna have to do it if you really want to accept the way that you look and you want to see yourself in a fantastic light. So I'm going to tell you 3 things that I was really insecure about at one point in time, and now I am rarely ever insecure about, or if I am, I can remind myself how beautiful I am without calling myself stupid for being insecure. So number 1, when I was a child, I used to be really insecure about my hands. I loved reading books about magic and stuff, and in magic books, all the sorcery is done by people with like spindly little hands that can do like all sorts of little creepy little hand things. I don't know. It was just, I always thought like magic users always have like these gorgeous thin elegant fingers, and I fondly refer to them as witch hands. And every time I would see other people with these quote unquote witch hands, I'd get so jealous, and I'd look down at my own hands. I'd be like, your hands are fat and ugly and chubby, and you don't have beautiful hands. And I was really insecure about them. I mean, I couldn't find rings of my size because my fingers were too thick. And as a kid, like, I just used to beat myself up over it. Like, I never wanted to look at my hands. Sometimes I'd never want to touch other people's things because I was afraid I would get them dirty because my fingers weren't elegant and weren't beautiful enough. So one thing I learned how to do to deal with that insecurity, and I figured out why I had it, I learned to find a way to make my hands look beautiful. So I paint my nails all the time, because if my nails were painted, my hands were pretty now, because I had this beautiful nail polish that I took the time to do. So now all of a sudden my hands are beautiful. Then when I did find rings that fit me, I would wear them all the time. I have 1 ring on each finger. I do not take them off because it's really hard for me to find rings, and I can only wear things that are real metal and stuff. I'll tell you guys about that later, but I can only wear like real metal, and I have a hard time finding rings. So I have these 2 rings. I wear them all the time. And with the addition of rings, of painting my nails, of getting my nails done, those sort of things, I started to see my hands as beautiful things. And now, even without fingernail polish or with nail polish that's chipped and ugly, I can still see my hands as beautiful because I worked on associating my hands with something beautiful. At first, it was just the nail polish and getting my nails done that I saw as really beautiful, but now I just see my hands as beautiful because I have positive association with them. I spent years seeing my hands in a positive light due to something else, and now my hands stand alone as something beautiful. So insecurity number 2 has to do with my legs. So I have slight cankles. I got them from my grandfather. They're just hereditary. They're what happened. So when I moved to America at a young age and I went to elementary school, all of the girls were thin and they had these long, graceful legs. And I used to get like really jealous because I wanted long, graceful legs, but I had little, short, stubby cankle legs. And I started getting very insecure about that, and I never liked wearing shorts a lot, and I didn't like wearing tennis shoes, because if I wore shorts, you could see my legs, and if I wore tennis shoes, they stopped at the ankle, and then you could see I didn't have any ankles. So I hated that. I would always wear pants. No matter if it was friggin' burning up outside, I'd be wearing some pants, because I'm gonna die in heat wearing pants before I let you see my cankles. So, like, it's not really helpful when it's, like, 100 degrees outside and you insist on wearing heavy jean pants. So what I started to do was I started to wear anklets. Again, this was an association thing. I saw anklets as pretty. I saw me wearing anklets as beautiful. So me wearing anklets, all of a sudden my ankles looked beautiful because now they looked nice and dainty. And every time I look at them, I'd be like, wow, you look amazing. So I started associating my ankles with something good instead of something negative, fighting that insecurity that I had. And now I'm not insecure at all. I did end up getting a tattoo. It's a band around my ankle. It's of a Quetzalcoatl, which is a feathered serpent. So now I don't need ankles anymore. But I had that, and now it doesn't bother me at all because every time I look down at my ankles, I see that beautiful tattoo, and I see that beauty, and even the ankle that doesn't have a tattoo at all is just made more glorious and more gorgeous because I have that positive association. So I got to the point that I made myself associate that thing I was insecure about with something that I found beautiful. And slowly I taught myself that it was beautiful because I associate it with something beautiful instead of associating it with having ugly cankles and not having graceful legs. I associated it with having beautiful dainty anklets and having beautiful ankles. So I got rid of that insecurity, and now it doesn't bother me anymore. I wear shorts and I wear tennis shoes, and I'll be going out all day looking fine as hell. So done with that. Last insecurity I'm going to talk about, and this is a really, really big one, was with my face. Now, I'm not saying this because, oh man, I want everyone to comment that she's really pretty, like that's what she wants. No, I know I'm glorious. I know I'm gorgeous. That's not why I'm saying this. I'm saying this because having insecurities with your face really hurts. It like really hurts. It's your face. I mean, this is the most central part of your body. It's what you focus on. It's where your eyes are attached. So having insecurities with your face can be very, very tough. As a kid, and even up until like a year ago, I was really insecure in my face a lot because I always thought my jawbone was too broad and my face was too big. And it just wasn't like heart shaped enough. It was just like too broad. Especially like without makeup and stuff. I just didn't like it. And you know what I learned? I learned the reason why when I woke up and looked myself in the mirror and looked myself in the face and thought, man, your face is too broad and it's not good looking and you don't look pretty. Half of the reason why was because I didn't wash my disgusting face. I sweat a lot. No lie. My body can sweat profusely. And like my face gets oily. I gotta wash it all the time. So half the time when I woke up like trash and looked in my mirror and said, you're ugly, half of the problem was the fact that I had too much oil on my face. And if I just washed it, I'd be refreshed and all glowy, and my face would all of a sudden look better. So you know how I dealt with that insecurity? Every time I look in the mirror, I'm like, your face, you look gross. I'm like, oh, Chinoa, you know what you need to do? Wash your disgusting self and stop being a hella lazy. And that's what that fixed that problem. Sometimes I still get it, and then I wash my face, and then I feel better. So what I've learned is that it's not good enough to just call yourself beautiful because you're beautiful. It's not good enough to say, oh, I should just accept myself and to hell with everyone else. There's some to that. There is some part to that, yes. But that's not going to get you all the way through because you're going to end up, every time you do feel insecure about yourself, you're going to think that's stupid to be insecure about that. That's such a little thing. That's not important. But the fact is you can't call yourself stupid because you're insecure about little things. You can't help it. It's just a part of being human. So be insecure, but learn how to deal with your insecurities. So find out what you're insecure about, find out why you're insecure, and then find out a way to associate that thing you're insecure about with something beautiful so you can have that association, and slowly that insecurity will go away and vanish and it won't bother you again. You're always going to have to face insecurities. You're always going to have to face these sort of things. It's better for you, and it's better for you trying to accept yourself and love who you are if you just face these insecurities, you find out why you don't like yourself, and you find out a way to associate yourself with something beautiful. Now, like, it used to be, as a kid, it used to be so hard to see myself as like a model or gorgeous or beautiful, and now I have no problem with it at all because those things that I'm super insecure about, I try to find ways to make myself feel beautiful with those things. I want to warn you because common sense isn't so common. I'm not saying this because I want you to hurt yourself. Do not do something to hurt yourself so that you can see yourself as beautiful. Please do not do that. That is not what I'm trying to tell you. I think there are healthy ways and good ways that you can help associate yourself with something beautiful without harming yourself for no, like, harming yourself and hurting yourself to a extent that's dangerous. Like, getting a tattoo, that hurts, but that's not dangerous. Like, I didn't almost die. So don't do anything that could cause you your death. That is not what I'm saying. Do everything in a reasonable amount, okay? So that's it. Learn to deal with your insecurities. Learn to promote your body in a healthy way. Learn to associate those things you're insecure about with something good. It's going to help you in the long run. It definitely helped me, and I really hope that this helps you. Thanks guys for listening, and I'll try not to talk about serious stuff all the time and be like kind of sad and depressing a little bit too much. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna say those things that I think are important, and I'm gonna share them with you. I think this is something that really needs to be talked about and really needs to be discussed before it goes too far, and then we see more and more people getting hurt in the attempt to make themselves beautiful, I guess, in this attempt. So this is my way for finding out how you can really love yourself, and I hope it helps. I really do. Bye.